something that happened many years ago and I've just managed to unravel in the last few weeks. You might be wondering what it is and what it's about. You know that Honest DC is one of the best car salesmen in the world, and I've sold cars to everybody. Many years ago, there's this very funny person came over. He was dressed all in tights, black tights for a man, you know, it's kind of strange. And he had this funny cape on, and a funny little mask. And on the top of his mask he had these little ear things coming out. And I was wondering, what the heck is this? Halloween? No. He asked me, he says, you've got in your lot a little model that I would really find kind of interesting. And I said, I've got cars for everybody. Everybody, man. Even strange guys like you. I have here a reduced model of this car. If you recognize this car, you know who I'm talking about. Let me get this here. Here you are. This guy bought this car. I mean, this model. This car had been owned by a rather young preacher that used to take it to go and visit his parishioners. And he didn't do that many kilometers because he didn't have that many parishioners. Okay. What I found out in the meantime is the car went and disappeared. And I've just found the car. I saw a picture of it on YouTube. And I know now that this car is in Alberta. But before we get there, we have to go through different parts of this story. Yes, my name is Inspector DC from Scotland Yard. I've been told that I must tell you a story on the YouTube. It's not something that we really usually do here in this part of our country. But you know, chaps, I guess that I can do something for you like that. I was contacted by a good mate of mine, a good chappie over there called Honest DC. So this guy, this very important person that I've heard, had sold at the time a car to a certain man-bat or Batman, whichever. You know, these Americans always have these extremely funny names and habits. Of course, I mean, you know, especially look at the way he dressed. I mean, certainly didn't have the class that us Brits have. Now, having said that, chaps, this man-bat had brought this car over to England because he was on a case. Not something about crown jewels or something, of course, now, as if we couldn't have taken care of that ourselves. Scotland Yard, of course. But whatever. If you listen to some certain old television shows in the 60s, you might see a parody of this case, where this man-bat has to come over and help out. Preposterous. Absolutely preposterous. Anyway, having said that, is that he had brought over this very strange car. Automobile, as probably we would call it here, but since I am talking to a clientele over there, I will use the word car. Nevertheless. Grüezi miteinander. Ich bin der Cousin von Ehrliche Betsy, aber ich bin Schweizer. Ja, ich muss euch etwas erzählen. Hat mich von einem Fledermausmann geredet. Diese Fledermaus, glaube ich, man sagt Batman. War einmal in der Schweiz, in der Schweiz, und hat eine irrsinnige, komplizierte und unglaubliches Auto mitgebracht. Ja, ich verstehe das nicht. Hat scheinbar von England hier gebracht, und einfach in unsere Alpen jetzt loszufahren. Jeder weiß es, man kann es nicht tun. So, ist so einfach durch die Schweiz gefahren. Macht keinen Sinn. Ich weiß nicht genau warum. Hat jemand gesucht. Alors je vous parle, moi je suis le cousin de l'honnête décès. Mais enfin, vous savez, je ne sais pas pourquoi, encore une fois, qu'il me demande de parler sur ce foutu de net. Mais enfin, je vous explique, je me promenais à Genève, et je partais pour le côté français. Alors qu'est-ce qui passe? Un fou, mais un fou avec une bagnole noire. Oui, quand même quelque chose de bien. Mais c'était un homme bizarre, vous savez, avec des collants et avec, une cape noire. Mais enfin, vous voyez le genre. Non, on ne voit pas ça ici, en Europe. Sûrement un Américain. Ça ne peut qu'être un Américain. Mais qu'est-ce qu'il faisait avec cette mignonne petite? Oh là là! Et je me demande qu'est-ce qu'il faisait avec cette mignonne petite. You might be wondering what a guy like me is doing in a show like this. It's actually quite simple. I'm one of DC's cousins again. You know, this guy's got cousins all over the world. I'm the one they call Stone DC. I wonder why. Anyway, the thing is I was going around one day. Where was it? Gee, I kinda forgot. It was on the streets anyway, and there was this guy who drives up with a really fancy set of wheels. Black car. And he comes out and he asks me if I had anything that he might want. I asked, what do you think about me, man? Think I'm a pusher? A druggie? Or what? Do I look like one? Well, actually, this guy said, yes. How could he have got that idea? Anyway, I was walking on the streets, just minding my own business, you know. And this guy with a funny, well, you know, who dresses like that these days? I mean, look at guys that are dressed pretty normal like myself. But why would a guy want to drive around wearing a cape and a funny little mask? His car was really cool, and he had a really fancy girl next to him. At first I thought it was a boy, because you know this guy, it's been known that he goes around with boys in little hot pants or something. But no, this was a really cool girl. Batgirl, something like that. Anyway, doesn't matter. But this car just drove right by. Where was I? Gee, I don't know, man. I was stoned. Way out of my brain. Hey there. I'm Honest DC's Canadian cousin. You can see behind my hat. Blue Jays. Yeah, Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah. Well, anyway, having said that, Honest DC asked me to talk to you guys about this funny car that's been going around. Seems to be it's been going around all the world. Anyway, I saw it on Yonge Street the other day. I don't usually go to Toronto all that much, but you know, brought the wife out, wanted to do a bit of sightseeing. And man, oh man, did we do some sightseeing. It was a long time ago, of course. But I do remember everything. You see, I've got photographic memory. Anyway, that's what I think I have. Having said that, there was this really, really cool car. I think it was. What I do remember though was a really, really cool wife around. Really, really cool girl. Wow. You know, one of those black suits. Kind of nice. Yeah, but anyway, yes dear, I'll be there in a minute. Having said that, it was really, really good. There was this car driving around, and it was going towards west. Funny car. Funny car, funny people. City people. Can't be anything else. City people. Really. What else? Honest DC here. Well, you've heard it all. You've heard from my different cousins. And this is the way it works out. I followed that car. And after 40 years, I found it. Yes, I found it. It's in Alberta. And how did I find that car? By looking on the YouTube. There's a picture on Artist Farmer 2008 where you can see clear as day the Batmobile. But the Batmobile has disappeared. What does that mean? Well, we know that on that farm they take trucks apart. But we are not naive. They've taken that Batmobile and built it into a truck. It can't be anything else. You saw the pictures? I'll show you. But there's something else. That means that Artist Farmer 2008 must be Batgirl. Yes, Now you understand. We have found the YouTube secret. DC. Honest DC signing off.